Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to an exclusive first look at the brand new monster, Witchkat. This monster, I'm actually not sure how this monster is going to be available, but it will be available in this month. So with that being said, of course, a huge thanks to Social Point for giving me the monster, all the cells I need to rank this monster up to rank 5, all the food I need to feed the monster level 150, and any gems I use will be reimbursed for the purpose of this video. So Witchkat, let's go. It is literally a cat that is a witch, and here is the baby, the adult form, and let's see the alts. It's single target, looks like. It's probably an instant kill skill. Yes, we finally got an animation for an alt. I love that. Gotta love when they do the cutscenes. So right now we don't even have a description for this monster. It's the season of the witch. Stay tuned. Witchkat is coming. Alright, so look at the alts. Black Rune Release. 50% chance of killing an enemy, 20% chance of killing a boss, deals moderate dark damage to all enemies, activates all cooldowns on all enemies. So it's actually not a single target because, well, actually, it does single target, but it's an AoE kind of residual effect where everyone is still going to get hit with CDA. That's pretty cool. So you can even use this monster against the boss nodes because you have a 20% chance to kill those bosses. Also pretty cool. So yeah, 50% of the time you will instant kill. I wonder if having your increased accuracy would help. Like if you have precision, if you have true vision, I wonder if that'll increase the accuracy of that 50%, like make it higher likelihood to land. I mean, it should, right? But anyhow, we'll talk about that later. All right, let's talk about the power stat. This monster has a power stat of 7392. This is the 4th lowest power stat that a monster could have. It's tied with that of Pulsus, Rotten, Ignis, Lindward, Manipulate, and Henrich. So clearly not an attacker. We see that from the alt anyways. The life stat is 72 through 84. There are a ton of monsters that have this life stat. I've mentioned it in other exclusive first looks. Dagal, Vampiriastro, Heist, Kodama, Manipulate, Necrolick, Noah, Shelly, Thunderkong, Vanoss, 2099. All of these monsters have that 72, 384 life stats. And then the speed stat, that is what's impressive about this monster, 5896. That is actually tied with that of Blackfeather. Okay, so Blackfeather and Witchkat have that same speed stat of 5968. It is like the 4th or 5th highest stats. So the important thing to know about this stat is this appears to be the go-to AoE denier stat. If a monster has AoE stun, AoE freeze, AoE possession, it appears that they are not as fast as 5960 or 5896. So let me just mention some other monsters. We have Ignis, Ferris, and Vampiriastro that are the fastest currently in the game. They have 5984. Ignis and Ferris support monsters. Vampira's also support. She does have a single deny, but again, not the possession freeze kind of thing, right? We have Lindworm. Lindworm is an anomaly. For whatever reason, he has a unique speed stat of 5962, and of course, he can turn you into a baby, and he has single CDA, but again, no AoE stun, AoE freeze, AoE possession. Then we have Slugazoid. We have Tabora. We have Chucklemuckle. Chucklemuckle is anticipation support. Tabora is trade disable support. Slugazoid is Slugazoid. He 50% chance to freeze, stamina drain, I don't know. Noah's anti-deny, and then Rotten is also 5918, who is resurrection and anti-meta with immune to control to your team. So then we have Blackfeather, who can actually do AoE possession and more denial. And yeah, so this appears to be the fastest deny speed at the moment, thus making Witchkat quite impressive. Alright, so the cool thing about Witchkat is I have seen her skill set on the leaks, but it's been a while since I've seen them, so seeing them again in this exclusive first look is really going to be like a first look again. All I remember is that she does rely a lot on possession, which is kind of why her and Blackfeather go hand in hand, and for the longest time I've been wanting to rank up Blackfeather, but more and more amazing monsters keep getting released that is preventing me from ranking up Blackfeather. So Witchkat, I think, is another one of those monsters. Let me go ahead and change skills. So Cosmic Witch deals moderate dark damage, applies poison to an enemy, 0 cooldown poison, whatever. Earth Pentacles deals low dark damage to enemies, applies Nightmares to all enemies. I should mention that Nightmares did get a buff. It now deals 10% damage for 4 turns and removes 10% of stamina for those 4 turns as well. I just thought I'd throw that out there, but this is just an AoE Nightmares. Nightmares for Capricorn deals moderate special damage to one enemy, activates all cooldowns on one enemy, applies Nightmares to one enemy. So this is just your single CDA. We'll come back to this. Dark Leaf Growth deals moderate dark damage to one enemy, applies possession and double damage to one enemy. You might be wondering why double damage to the enemy monster. Well, because if you can possess the enemy monster and give them a buff, and then they use that turn to attack themselves, you want them to be buffed when they attack their own team. Most of the time, I am not a fan of this because if an enemy monster is hardened, for example, it is a good chance that the possession doesn't land, but the damage boost, because it's a positive effect, will always land. So there are situations where you give an enemy a free buff and it works against you. Now, ideally, if you could run this monster with a Tabora, trade disable, then do this, then it would work out 100% of the time. But again, a lot of time you're also activating cooldowns and doing other stuff, so I don't really think you really need to utilize possession boost kind of skills. Rooted Virgo deals moderate special damage to one enemy, activates all cooldowns on one enemy, and gives one extra turn to itself. You have a single CDA extra turn, which means if you wanted to, let's say you're facing an annoying taunt team, let's say Solar Flare, Grakon, and Wormlad, you would actually be able to, assuming you got rid of the taunt monster or trade disabled, you would be able to do Rooted Virgo and activate cooldowns on Wormlad and follow it up with a Nightmares for Capricorn and activate cooldowns on Wormlad. That's pretty cool, right? But yeah, I mean, just the fact that you can target 2 individual monsters, that's nice. 9-Knot spell deals moderate dark damage to enemies, applies possession, nightmares. Ah, there it is. Here is your AoE deny. So you have possession and you also have CDA. Why is this useful? Well, if you're battling a monster that has, you know for a fact is immune to possession, you activate cooldowns on that monster and then you follow up with the AoE possession. Alright, and again, nightmares on top of that, which got the boost. Infected, let's see, Infected Taurus deals heavy dark damage to an enemy, applies mega possession and poison. That's what I'm talking about. Way better than over here doing the possession double damage, because now you take control of the monster for 2 full turns and you're also poisoning them. So yes, that reduces damage output, but most of the time when you're possessing a monster, you're just preventing them from attacking and you're forcing them to attack their own team. And then Knot of 4 applies precision and evasion to itself, a self skill that could come in handy because you protect yourself with evasion. So skill set wise, I think you obviously go AoE possession, you obviously go with the extra turn ET skill, with the extra turn T, with the CDA ET skill. You go with the single CDA, I would say. So now you have this one on a 3-turn cooldown, this one on a 2-turn cooldown, and I would say you go with the mega possession. I am actually not a fan of self skills. Most of the time, I think if you can dominate and control the battle, you wouldn't need this. Think about it. If on turn 1 you do possession, right? What are you going to do on the next turn? Are you going to do a self-evasion? Probably not. You'll probably do single CDA and CDA. Alright, so on the next turn, this is still going to be on a cooldown, your 9-Knot spell, but on the next turn, you will now be able to do a mega possession, right? Or sometimes you, instead of doing CDA, or instead of doing AoE possession, you're just going to do single CDA extra turn, and then mega possess. That way you've activated cooldown on one monster and taking control of another monster for 2 turns, right? Now, if you want to, you could remove the single CDA, the non-extra turn, for the self-evasion position. Again, I don't personally think like you need to, but that is an option, and the AoE Nightmares, I think you can do without, even though it is 0 cooldown. Even if you are afraid of CDA, I think this is the way to go. So best skill set, I would call it. Again, you have your ult, relics. Oh my gosh, great, fantastic relics. With the banner, you never, ever, ever have to worry about stamina. So we are going to go Mr. Beast banner or Cane of Atlantis. That is realistically the only banner you should be giving your monsters. For this, you can do Cane of Atlantis. So to again, never worry about stamina. Considering you do have AoE skills that deal damage, if you wanted to, you could even do a Pump Seed Staff, for example. Pump Seed Staff, when you activate it, would drain, or Ablation Staff, would drain enemy stamina, right? And then when they're possessed, they're going to use their own stamina to attack themselves. So that's a pretty good strategy, considering you can already do Mr. Beast banner, Charging banner. So I would say this, or I would give the Cane of Atlantis. In terms of runes, you go 3 speed runes on this monster. I don't think I have speed runes at the moment, but I will get them off another monster. Yep. Now, it actually, to be fair, let me just rank this monster up. I don't know where or how you get this monster, but I'm going to take this monster to rank 3 just so she can at least be a little competitive with other monsters. And what I will say is, depending on who you... Oh my gosh, I didn't even go over the trait. This monster has Resurrection Block. That is fantastic. That is awesome. Okay, what else does this monster have? I didn't even see the last thing. Let's see. Ooh, and is that a status caster? Let's go and do that. What is that? Evolving trait. Area Nightmares. At the start of the battle, applies nightmares to all enemies. Oh yeah, you definitely don't need to run your AoE nightmare skill since you're giving nightmares to the enemy at the start of the battle at rank 3. That is pretty cool. Alright, here, let me exit out and let me go into battle. The reason I say it depends is because let me change this and let me go Mythic and Dark and let's scroll down. Witchkat. Awesome. The reason I say it depends on what runes you want to give this monster is because if you're still playing in the regular meta in PvP, Team Wars is always a different story. You fit for that situation. But in PvP, it's still the Megataunt base, right? So if that's the case, you know, the typical things players will do is to run a Tabora, for example. So I'll run Tabora in this case. So I'll put Tabora on my team, and Tabora is just there to trade disable, and then I'll follow up with doing dots and stuff. So then this monster will go next in the turn order and do the denial. So in that specific case, let me see, I don't think I had the level 10 runes at the moment. Let me see. Level 10 strength, okay. So let me swap out real quick. Let me take away your speed rune, and then I'm gonna use team speed just because I'm partnering up with Tabora. So if you've ever seen what top players do, or what any player does right now, is they do team speed on their secondary monster, who is always a Kodama or a Black Feather or just whatever you have. So that's basically the strategy I'm going to be utilizing. So let's put Bombeta back. And again, just because the way the meta is set up, I have to do this. I have to go team speed and single speed. But normally you would go 3 speed since this is your main monster going first and denying. But again, you just build around the meta, and for PvP, the meta is still this. So this is what I'm going to do. I should be faster, yep. And we're going to click fight. So the minute I see Megatons, it is just trade disable. And then, look, there it is. See? Literally. What did I say? Except they put Kodama to go first, which doesn't make sense. Because you want Ignis to go first and cleanse. Because what I can do now is I can do favorite trick to get rid of the Megatons. There we go. And see, if that was run properly, Ignis could have removed my Megaton, and then Kodama could have activated my cooldowns. But that didn't work. So let's see. I think you're immune to control. So because he's immune to control, this is the perfect case to do CDA, extra turn. Pump Seed Staff kicks in that case. So that it doesn't work with that. But then possession on everyone else. There we go. Check it out. And resurrection is blocked on both of our sides right now. And then we follow up with dots, or oh, actually you're immune to torture right now. So there we go. Lots of recharging on their end. All right, who am I afraid of? What do I need to do? Let's see. I know this monster can cleanse, so why don't I take control of him for 2 full turns? There we go. Awesome. And I have low stamina, but remember, Mr. Beast's banner next turn is going to kick in and give me some stamina. Can I do Cursed Stones? How about I do protection against torture? Blinding Punch, let's reduce your accuracy. Nope, immune to torture. Invader Pitfall, thanks for being possessed. Noxious Demons. And then Ignis is possessed as well. Recharge on your end. And look, activate cooldowns. Let's say if Kodama would have lived, I could have activated her cooldowns. Let's do Daedalus. Let's recharge. Toxic Wraith. And then still possessed. Had to recharge. I'll recharge again. I'll recharge with my Kodama. And this is the extra turn skill. So bam. And then I could go into a Mega Possession on whoever I needed to. Well, right now they're both immune to possession, but you get the drift, right? Last turn I could have done my favorite trick on Tabora, and they would have both been susceptible to getting possessed again. So this is typically how this monster works. Fantastic monster. Here it is again. MT. The problem is with my Status Caster Nightmares is the MT monster absorbs it, so you're going to see Daedalus has the Nightmares at the start of the battle because he absorbs it all. Alright, so favorite trick to get rid of MT. And again, Rooted Virgo on the monster that's immune to control. In this case, they're both immune to control. Actually, he might have not been ranked. No, immune to control, immune to freeze. Yeah, immune to control. So then instead of doing for possession, I'll make them both. Let's see, activate cooldown. So now they're both CD8. So now I don't have to worry about them attacking me. Like they might, but I probably don't have to. Let's see, unless they're running 0 cooldown skills. So Fear of the Monkey, it's also weak though because it's a 0 cooldown skill. And Unholy Smite, again, weaker because it is 0 cooldown. I can follow up with dot damage here, full fortress. So what'd you give yourself? Damage protection, Megatons. I might as well just Mega Possess you. So now you are mine for 2 full turns. Unholy Smites. And let's see. Oh, how'd he die? Let's go Cursed Stones and Blinding Punch. And you know, just winning with a ton of dots. So I'm not going to continue this. I think we are good. Yeah, my Relic kicks in and I can even do 9-knot spell if I needed it. So let's do one more battle. Maybe a couple more battles. Again, I can showcase this monster at 150, but you guys probably get the main idea of this monster already. Alright, so when there is no empty monster, that's cool because I can go straight into the denial. So I'll start with favorite trick. Trade disable across the board. Blizzard Blast, that's fine. Alright, check this out. With my Pump Seed Staff also working in effect. So, 9-knot spell, no need to CDA. So Pump Seed Staff kicks in. Removes 180 stamina. The Nightmares will also remove some stamina when they go. But more importantly, because they're possessed, they're going to use the stamina to attack themselves. So I'm just going to recharge. Check this out. Minus 24 stamina. Blow the ashes against your own team. I hope Teddy doesn't kill his own team. Alright, let's see what Teddy does. So Teddy, Brave Shield kicks in. Teddy died, thankfully. And we can end there. But yeah, I mean, I can go with a CDA if I needed to. I can go in with whatever I need to. If my monster would go and cleanse, I could cleanse, and then I'd be able to take control essentially. So Witchkat, just phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. Here, let's just go ahead and take all the way to rank 5. And as you can see, it's just because of the meta right now revolving around MT and having to deal with MT, you kind of have to build the way players have been building right now. If you get the team race monster, by the way, that is just going to be a fantastic duo. You can easily win with dots, no issues there. So let's see if I can showcase that. I think I have the right setup on her. Let me see. Where is she? Yeah, so she's running 3 speed. Again, I'm running team speed just for support. I could probably go 3 team speed to make sure that she goes first and go from there. So let me go. All right, and let me make sure her skill set is good. Spooky Reaper, Flying with the Devil, Total Blind Nightmares. Yeah, I think we are good with that skill set. And I'll keep the single speed. I think we're fine. Let's click fight. We'll do like 2 battles and that'll be it. And again, if you're wondering why I'm exiting out, is because I am allowed to do PvP. However, it would not be fair for me to win with monsters that were given to me for the sole purpose of exclusive first looks. So there's no MT here, so I don't need to deal, but I really don't have to deal with it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do, oh look, everyone got nightmares except for you because what, you're immune to nightmares? I'm gonna go with my AoE skill. Bam. Siamis blocked everything. I'm gonna go with single CDA on Siamis because she is immune to possession. Oh, who else is immune to possession? You're immune to possession too? You know what? Let's just go ahead and activate your cooldowns as well. I can take damage from Iguanazar. That's not a problem. Oh wait, you know, why don't we just total blind Iguanazar? You know, just controlling the whole entire game throughout the game essentially. So let us do 1-2 more battles. And come on, give me Megaton. Give me something. Oh, Shelly. Perfect. This is good. Shelly on Dana and Vanoss. Alright, so perfect showcase. Where I will start the game off. I will do Reaper. Reaper gets rid of your MT. And here I am going to do Spooky against the enemy. Actually, do I want to do it on... No, Vanoss is immune to bleed. So Spooky on Dana. And then Flying with the Devil on... Do I really want to total blind you? I'm just going to go AoE. There we go. Just a blind and nightmares. That's fine. Alright, and the reason I said that is because I'm going next in the churn order, I might as well just do AoE possession, right? Oh, you died. Never mind. So I guess my new best plan is single CDA on Shelly. This will pretty much shut down Shelly for a while. The best she has is Rush and can spam a 25% shield. And then I can actually do the Mega Possession on Vanoss. So he's mine for 2 turns now. So turn 1, he's probably going to recharge. That's cool. Here's Spooky. Here's Flying with the Devil. Here's where the dot damage comes in. There's a Sunburn. Yep, have to recharge. Look, I can literally shut down Shelly for the whole entire game. To the point where I keep activating cooldowns and she won't be able to do anything. Here, let's get rid of your buffs. I'm still possessed, probably going to recharge again. If he doesn't attack himself, he attacked himself in this case. Ouch. Alright, here's some more dot damage. And yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward from here. Here's a possession, even though it doesn't actually do anything. And you have revival. But yeah, pretty straightforward battle. Pretty amazing monster. A replacement to Blackfeather, perhaps. Blackfeather just have a spawnable CDA skill and possession skill. Or is it total blind? I think it's total blind and possession. So he still has his uses, but Witchkat, pretty amazing. The resurrection block is nice. You have Harden at the start of the battle. The nightmares, it's whatever. Again, it did get a buff, so it's kind of cool that now it's a status caster area negative effect against the enemy. But if there's a Megaton, they're pretty much absorbing it. But just skill set wise, usability wise, really, really great monster. Great monster design as well. Great relic slot. So overall, I really like this monster. And with that being said, guys, that is my exclusive first look. Let me know what you thought about this exclusive first look in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.